Hello, everyone. Market went down. Cool. I did mention that on my last stream that we would go down. We are likely to go down to 36.5. We went below that actually. I'm not really fussed because that was just wicks. That was just wicks on the 1 hour. So right now we are sort of just holding like 36.5. I do think that we are still bullish, and I would say this looks absolutely fine, to be honest. Just because you zoom out on the daily chart or the weekly chart, you can see that Bitcoin has been following this falling wedge that I drew a while ago. And you can see that when we had that like fake pump, we hit the top of that falling wedge and we went down with massive momentum, and the momentum looks so bad that it looks like this is going to break too. But I'll go to why I think that this is still bullish. And now what we've done is we have found support at this trend line that I've like drawn a while ago. I think this is a weekly trend line, but look, it's not perfect, but you could see one touch point, two touch points, and people just decided to buy at this trend line. So look, people just decided to buy this trend line. Doesn't mean that this whole thing is valid, but it could be valid. This whole like falling wedge pattern. But yeah, what I expect is this now. Because we wicked like this, it looks pretty scary, and it looks like we're going to just go down even more because there's such a strong momentum there. It sort of looks like from like this point where we had strong momentum and even stronger momentum to go down. This looks like we're going to go down to 25k. You look at the daily, it looks like we've broken down from key support level, and it looks like some sort of like head and shoulders pattern, and then we're going to break down from 29k eventually. That's what it looks like. I'm not saying it will. And then we're going to go down even further. That's what it looks like. It looks like a double top. It looks like an absolute reversal pattern. It looks like death. It looks like the death of Bitcoin. Like right now, this actually looks bearish. Like this is something that the bulls would flip bearish on, which is what we finally need. Because when we were up here, people were still bullish, and we still had these fake pumps. When we were up here, people were still bullish. We had these fake pumps. Now we're here. It looks absolutely scary, and I think that during times of like massive bearishness, when everyone is feeling bearish in what is actually a bull market still, because we've created a higher high, and if we create this lower low, it's still a bullish trend. And so in times of during times where we're still bullish on the macro, and fundamentally we're also quite bullish, I would say. When it looks most bearish is when we flip bullish, just like we did over here when it looks like Bitcoin was about to do again a head and shoulders pattern on the daily, which was that's the shoulder, that's the head, that's the shoulder, going down, rejection, going up. It looks like, and when we were here, people were saying we're going down 25k, which, I mean, it looks like it. It looks like it. And just like over here, it looks like such strong momentum. But here's the thing. I felt like if we did something similar to this, which I thought would happen, if we did something similar to this, it would be too obvious. The market is easily manipulated. Doing a massive red candle makes sense. That works. That works in a sense of tricking people and trapping shorts. This would not have worked. This sort of like, we go down, and then we're sort of like, it's sort of like here, we're just sort of like, pretending to go down, trapping shorts. That would not have worked because people would have expected this move. It has to be something unexpected when it comes to this market. And I think this is it. Of course, here's the other thing. We actually just break down from here, and technically we just go down 29, break that even, hit a bunch of stop losses, go down even further, and when we start playing 20k to 30k, which would be crazy. But it could happen. It could happen. And that's what people are saying. That's what people who are bearish on technically are saying. But it looks fine to me. It looks like we're still maintaining this massive trend. When it comes to these head and shoulder patterns on the daily, they don't really play out. And this could be anything really. This but there is that falling wedge, and there is the potential to break out. What I expect right now for Bitcoin is that Bitcoin fakes a dump because it's still a weekend, and then we go up from there. We close around 36.5. If we close around there, that would be pretty good. And then we go up from there. We do some sideways in between this wedge. We sort of fill up the wedge, and then as people are more bearish and as more shorts start to enter the market, we start to trap them all, and then we pump. We go up, we break. We go up, we break. We go up, we test, we break. And then we just continue this pattern of lower low, higher high, and then another lower low. Or we go parabolic from there. Who knows? I mean, I don't really see it happening, but you never know. But this still looks bullish to me. I think this still looks bullish to me. But this is going under the pretense that when we are most bearish looking, we flip bullish during times of liquidity hunting, during times when the whales are manipulating the market, trying to find stop losses, killing the longs. So that's under that pretense, but it does look pretty bad because of such strong momentum. But we found the bottom, at the bottom of this falling wedge trend line, and this bottom weekly upwards trend line that now has 3 touch points. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, look, go on the weekly, it still looks bullish. And it does look like we're going to create something pretty bad. And look, potentially we could even go down to 30k. It's possible. There is big support there, but we'll see what happens. I drew this quite a while ago, but I didn't expect it to play out just because I thought, okay, maybe we'll pick up from here. But even if we go down to this level, it's still bullish because we're still going upwards, and this is some sort of support. If we look at Ethereum as well, we could see that it's doing the same thing. It's still trending upwards. We create that lower low eventually, unless we go down here, then okay, there's trouble. There's trouble if we break down this like key level, like 1876. There's trouble if Bitcoin breaks down from 31.5k. I mean, if it wicks, then that's not bad. Like a weekly close, then that's going to look terrible. And it's possible. TA just gives you an edge. That's really it. But if you're freaking out right now, I wouldn't freak out too much, just because it still looks fine. Yeah, so don't worry too much. But I'll